Good evening and welcome to another exciting episode of Generation Y. We are always happy to have you here. And of course, you should know by now that we are a platform for the youth issues in Kenya. Join us after this short break and we'll be right back with a lined up show of great excitement. Welcome back to Generation Y. We are talking about the performing arts industry and of course, which is linked to the entertainment industry. In studio, I'm joined by Moses Otieno. He is from the Kenya Performing Arts Group. We are trying to see if there is actually a career that can come out of the Performing Arts Group and what is the solution, because most of the people have been complaining that there are no jobs when it comes to the performing arts industry. Moses, welcome to our studio.
Thank you very much.
We are glad to have you here at Generation Y.
I'm also happy to be here.
Now, you tell us what the Kenya Performing Arts Group, and first of all, just tell us what it is all about, the Kenya Performing Arts Group.
Yeah, the Kenya Performing Arts Group, or KPAG, as the young people we work with would like to call it, is basically a performing arts company that also trains young people in the performing arts. And in performing arts, I mean, especially the stage, the ones that are played out on stage, that is dance, theatre, music, and of course arts management, which is very important. I mean, you can dance, but you have to learn how to put bread on table and get your paperwork right.
Exactly. And just before we get to the paperwork and everything, how did you get into performing arts? What really inspired you to get into the industry?
Well, aside from the traditional, the whole drama festival thing in high school and primary school, I was always I've been curious to do something different. Of course, growing up, I mean, it's like going through the seasons. At a particular age, you want to be a doctor. At a particular age, you want to be an engineer.
Everyone wants to be a doctor.
In high school, you want to be cool. It doesn't matter what you're doing as long as you're cool. You want to be cool.
Yeah, you're popular.
Yeah. So after my high school, I mean, I started doing performing arts because I was waiting for my results, my O-levels results, and then I never looked back. I mean, even when the results came, I said, okay, sawa, I pitted, it's okay. Then maybe I should just find a way and see if I can get my talent, nurtured into a skill that I can earn a living from. Yeah.
So what position are you holding with the Kenya Performing Arts Group?
Well, I'm the artistic director, which is the equivalent of a CEO in a normal white-collar company.
Exactly.
I mean, being a blue-collar company, blue collar. I don't know why it has to be with the collar.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, the role that you play, you most of the time you're identified by the responsibility or the role that you play. Your designation is a direct link to what you do within the organization.
Exactly.
Yes.
And how is your normal day? You as the CEO of the Kenya Youth, the Kenya Performing Arts Group.
Yeah.
How is your day usually from the morning to evening? How do you manage?
Well, that's an interesting question. It's a very exciting career. I mean, waking up in the morning and then you have to do your 100 push-ups and your sit-ups and everything and stretch it out. And then I have to go to the office and do emails, quick emails here and there, clients, sponsors, partners, people who are auditioning, who are interested, log onto the social media, see what's happening, what's trending, and then off to class to teach. And the lessons start from 8:30 a.m. in the morning, all the way to 2. And then at 2 o'clock we start rehearsals. So let's say, for example, we have a gig with your company, and you want 6, 5, 10 dancers. And so yes, now it's rehearsals. It's repeat it and get it right and sweat. And then about 4 we break off. The dancers go. Well, most of them are also, I mean, the way we train our dancers, or rather our artists, we call them artists, is we understand that there's a very different level between an artist and an actor, an artist and a dancer. An artist is an all-round figure, and you have to know, I mean, you have to know how to write proposals, to make music, to compose dance or compose music, even just at the basic level. So at 4, everybody's back to the office, whoever, social media, again, emails, and we have a get-together. We catch up how the day has been and what needs to be done tomorrow. And we end up leaving the office at what, 8, 9, and we eat in the office, we have breakfast in the office, sometimes dinners in the office, unless of course we have a gig, then we have to go out, or sometimes we go to Europe to perform, then it's a bit different, but that's typically how my day looks like.
So let me get this right, just to back you up a little bit.
Yeah.
The Kenya Performing Arts Group is all about a platform to help young or upcoming performing arts individuals to develop their talent.
Yes. We have, with every organization, you have those keywords and those power words that you'd like to use. And with our organization, we have those keywords and power words that we do not like to use, or rather to, one is help. We don't help. We are a platform, yes. And we encourage young people who like to create opportunities. Because most young people in Kenya are all about, Kenya is like this, you're either a spectator, you sit on the periphery and complain about what is happening inside there, or watch, or criticize, or you're either a consumer, so it's cooked, it's tanganized, and then it's served to you and then you eat it up, or you're either a victim, you're the one who's always wrong. And so with us, we're trying to create producers, people who are not subjects rather, but actors, people who are not statistics. It's not about, 1 million people are starving, 1 million people are unemployed. So we work with young people who would like to create opportunities, people who would want to help themselves. Those are the people we audition for. And that's why even to get into organization, you must go through an audition. And we audition thousands of young people over Kenya. Every year we only need like 14 or 20 people. So
what are the specific qualifications?
Oh, number one, you must have a will as strong as a lion. That's a good Kenyan landmark to use. Exactly. Yeah. And you must be open. You must be free, open-minded. You must be liberal in your views. You must look at yourself as an outsider, rather than no one will follow you up and why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Why do you do this? You have to evaluate yourself, and above all, you must be ready to, because for us, arts and culture is about evolution, and conservation is good. It's good to want to stick to monkey skins and leopard skins and cow hides, but trust me, if you talk to someone who's all about environmental conservation, they wouldn't want you to kill any leopard because you want to make a drum, or you have to look for new ways of creating, of making art, and that is what we are all about. So if you think you're game, then good. You have to go through round 1 and then round 2, and then it's free. And you have to be between the ages of 17 and 22.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And talking about artists, about young people, as of course they are categorized as some who, like you've said,
yes,
who watch, who do, and some who consume.
Yes.
Mostly, the story has been that, especially performing artists,
yes,
have been taken advantage of. They are giving out their product out there.
True.
No one is consuming.
True.
Perhaps they have been victimized. Do you think? By the
system? I think that. What you're talking about, again, that's very interesting, because you're indirectly talking about the policy.
Exactly.
The arts and culture policy that we have in Kenya, yes, as regards entertainment.
Yes.
One, issues like patent. If I write a poem, or if I make a choreography, and I go to Nyayo Stadium and have my dancers perform or dance, then the copyright, is it still mine? Or, now it's out in the market. It's out.
Anyone can.
It's for the masses now, and they consume it. They pay for it. Another way to look at it is, how are artists protected? If I am an artist, is my product, worth enough? I'll give you a hint. I'm not sure if I should say this on TV, but we are not taxed, simply because the government thinks like dancing and singing is all about, let them dance so that they don't smoke weed.
Exactly.
Yeah, let them dance so that they don't
go to crime.
A comedian earns 100,000 shillings per week. Tax free. If you were able to pay tax, how many artists are there now? And again, with the artists and politicians are the only ones who can import stuff into the country without duty tax.
Exactly.
Lots of benefits. But so there's no capacity building for both the policymakers and the artists. There's not enough capacity building. No one wants to say, hey, this guy's going to abuse your art. Did you sign a contract when you're working with them? Was there an invoice? Was there an LPO? Was there, was it a procurement? Was it tendered? If you're working with this entity, I mean, fine, they want dancers, but were there other dancers? What is, and again, what is the going rate for a 5-minute dance, a 10-minute dance? What is the going rate for a corporate gig? What is the going rate for a wedding, you know? Again, we come back down to talent, you know, talent without training. I mean, there's no discipline. So, indeed, they're victimized to some extent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll come back to talk about the talent and the victimization of artists. We're going to take a short break. In case you've just joined us, you're watching the Generation Y on TVC. We're talking about the performing arts industry and the entertainment industry in a whole different perspective. We're trying to see if artists actually are getting what the worth of their efforts, actually, because most young artists are complaining that the government is not doing enough. We'll be talking about this and more. Feel free to post your comments on our Facebook page, TVC Kenya. The Twitter handle is I beg your pardon. My Twitter handle is @ScottCater, and the hashtag is Generation Y. So join us after this very short break.